This is WCBG, broadcasting from Wagner College, the School of Rock. WCBG, small college, big voice. Hi, I'm Jeanine, and I have a special guest with me here today, Max Becker from the band SWMRS. Max is one of the vocalists, and he plays lead guitar.
You better grab some coffee. Your mind's beginning to play tricks on you.
Hi, how's it going, Jeanine?
It's good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm actually on the East Coast right now as well.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah. How's your day going?
It's pretty good. I'm working on my senior thesis, so it's going.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Hey, y'all.
So we're super excited to have you, and we really appreciate you doing this interview with us.
Yeah, of course. No, I mean, I've actually been on a kick lately of just trying to do more independent interviews anyways, so it's really cool that you guys reached out.
Of course. I know, you guys are one of my favorite bands now.
Oh, sick.
Yeah. I actually got into listening to you guys over the summer. It was in a running playlist for, pop punk, and then I was like, oh, okay, this is really cool.
Sick. Do you know what song it was?
I feel like...
I'm always curious what they have on those.
I feel like it was Lose, Lose, Lose.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. It's
usually it's usually Palm Trees, Hellboy, or Lose, Lose, Lose for those kinds of things. So it's really interesting. I feel like Lose, Lose, Lose makes the most sense. So
Definitely.
Rad.
So I know you guys became a band because of the movie School of Rock. And as you know,
yeah, we did.
Wagner College is where School of Rock was filmed. So
Yeah, I know. It's so cool.
Yeah, we were watching it, and we were like, oh my god, that's our dorm building, which was really kind of cool, because I haven't watched it in a very long time. But it was nice to see. And I was wondering what your favorite part of the movie was.
My favorite part of the movie, well, there's a lot of favorites. I mean, I can quote pretty much every section of it. We used to watch it, first and foremost, every weekend because Cole and I were brothers, and we were on... our family did a ski team in Tahoe, and every weekend we'd watch a movie on the way up to Tahoe, and it was either School of Rock or Holes. So those are the two most quoted movies in my family. But I'd say my favorite part is I like the last show. I mean, there's nothing more inspiring than when Billy, the fashion kid, has to he doesn't do it on the spot. Gordon, I know even their names. So Gordon is the lighting kid. He does a light show on the spot because he missed the file. I mean, that's already crazy for a 10-year-old. And then you've got everyone's wearing their uniforms because the outfits got messed up, and he's like, that's not a bad idea. And then they're like, they left school anyways. They got him out of his apartment, and they played the show. And honestly, when I heard that song for the first time, I was like, this is one of the greatest songs ever written. I was obviously 11, but I was like, wow, that right there, more than any other part in the movie, is probably what inspired our band the most. Is when they played the actual show at the Battle of the Bands.
That's really cool, and that's pretty interesting how that one moment was one of the things that really influenced you guys, and I think that's super, super cool.
Yeah, I mean, if 10-year-old, I mean, it's a movie, but that doesn't matter. Movies are supposed to make you feel something, and it made us just feel like we could literally do anything.
That's totally true, and yeah, I feel like when you're young, it definitely sets a kind of a foundation for your future in a sense, kind of inspires you to go on a track to do something.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I was also wondering how growing up in Oakland influenced your music style.
Definitely is a big influence in the music style. We have a lot of different things going on musically, whether it's the underground punk scene from Gilman Street, or the hyphy movement, or hieroglyphics underground 90s rap, and a lot of, and I guess technically there's a pop punk scene too, but we actually didn't. We kind of landed into pop punk in a really strange way. And then actually we don't really consider ourselves to be pop punk because we don't really, I feel like pop punk stems from like Blink-182, whereas what we do stems more from like The Clash. And I would say they're two separate things. But I'd say even though The Clash are from London, the Bay Area in and of itself is more of a politics-driven scene. So you get more music like The Clash, whether it's obviously Green Day or Operation Ivy or stuff like that. So just, I think what it mostly does is, being a musician from the Bay Area, is it gives you this sense that your music should be inclusive because the scene is based on inclusivity. Specifically, Gilman Street is based on inclusivity. I mean, I don't know if you know much about that venue, but literally when you walk in, there's rules on the door that says no racism, no sexism, no homophobia. Like, they would probably expand it if they rewrote them now, but it was written in like 1987, and they've stuck true to those values ever since. And that really sticks with you when we played our first show there when Cole was 13.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah. It really sticks with you if that's where you're, like, getting your chops.
I was wondering if you can describe your sound in 3 words for me.
Sure. Don't laugh. This is how I usually talk about it with the rest of the band. It's more like the 3 goals we're going for. One of the words we toss around a lot is explosive, because we want it to feel like if someone's at our show or listening to our music, like they can literally get up and do something. So just like kind of like an explosion is kind of happening in your mind or wherever, like just this inner fire to want to dance or to make a change or to be a better person or something like that. So there's explosive. I would say it's punk for sure. Mostly because we tend to believe that punk is more of a feeling rather than a sound. And I feel like songs like Lose Is Lose or Palm Trees or even Figuring It Out, we're talking about things that are punk values. But even songs that we have that are way not guitar driven, like let's take April in Houston or Hannah. It's like, I think those are punk songs because of the way it makes you feel. It's a feeling of defiance. So I'd say we're explosive, punk, and I'd say dance. And the reason I'd say dance is not like EDM dance. It's more like our music is movement based. So a lot of the show, I don't know if you've seen us before, but a lot of our show it's like an hour and 15 minutes of like nonstop movement for the crowd. And we've wanted that since we were, again, 10 years old, since we saw School of Rock. And it's a big part of how we write songs. So explosive, punk, and dance. I'd say those are the main 3 words.
Okay, that's super, super cool. Personally, my favorite song off of Berkeley's On Fire is Too Much Coffee. I was wondering what your favorite song off the album is.
Yeah, that's really sweet because I spent a lot of time writing that one. I always like when people like that one because I'm like, it's being appreciated.
It's super relatable.
But I think, yeah, sick, awesome. I think the 2, there's like 2, my favorite, I have like 4 favorite songs. But pretty much I think the pair of Berkeley going into Coffee is something I'm really proud of because I think Berkeley, when Cole showed me the demo of that, so he wrote that one, I was like, wow, I don't think I've ever heard anything like this in my life. And I'm like so proud to be in a band with my brother. Like, wow, you're amazing, and it kind of like inspired me to write the intro of Too Much Coffee because they're actually the same key. They're both in D, but one of them is drop D, but they both start with harmonics on the guitar. And so the way it was designed was to be always played back to back. And we play them back to back live too. But if you play them back to back in the recording, you'll see it's like a transition into the next song. So I like those two together, but I think the two most just well-rounded, impressive songs of the album are, I think the best song on the album, best song Cole's ever written is Lose, Lose, Lose. Only because I just think it's like, it's one of those, it's hard to explain, but it's one of those songs that I think you play it for anybody and it's really hard for them to find a reason not to like it.
Yeah, that does make a lot of sense.
And then I like Trash Bag Baby a lot because when I wrote that riff, I made it because I had this idea. We play a lot overseas, and what happens when you play in England is they sing the guitar riff, and I really wanted our guitar riff for them to sing at our shows. So, like, for example, like Seven Nation Army, they go like, da, 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 da. It's like being at a soccer game.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to have a riff where we do that too. And we go there and literally it's worked. Like we play in the UK and it's like, da, 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 da. So those, I mean, sorry that I didn't put it in one song, but I'd say if I were to do one song, it's Lose, Lose, Lose. But those four, I think I'm most impressed with us about.
Definitely, I agree. Honestly, the album is just a really good album in general. And
thank you.
Know you write a lot of the songs. So what is your favorite lyric that you've ever written?
I'm most proud of the Lose It chorus, just because it seems to keep growing even 3 years after it's come out. Like we get stats on Spotify and all that kind of stuff, and this isn't what it's about, but it's just really cool that Lose It, which wasn't even supposed to be released, and then it just kind of like, we had it in our back pocket and the label was like, do you have an extra song? And we're like, yeah, we're kind of hesitant about this one because it's kind of slow. And it remains to be our most popular song. And so I'm really proud of the chorus lyric, which is like, tell me why'd you have to have such a damn good taste in music. If all my favorite songs make me think of you, I'm going to lose it. I think the reason it's lasted so long and the reason it keeps growing and streaming really well for us is because of that line. It's just a relatability thing.
So I noticed you mentioned about unreleased music. I wanted to know if you really had an opinion on this kind of trend that's been in music of releasing artists unreleased music after they've passed away. Like, what is your opinion on that? Because they can't really, consent to being like, this is my final product. This is what I'm proud of.
True. Yeah. I mean, I think when you become a musician, you kind of enter this like unspoken agreement that whatever you do is going to exist in like forever. Because even songs that were written before recorded music have just like passed down as like folk songs and ideas. And so that's kind of why people do it, is like, it gives you an opportunity as a human being to do something permanent. And even if it's something you're not proud of, obviously, unless they wrote like a racist lyric or something and they're like, oh, obviously I would imagine that no one wants to come out with that, but I would say like sometimes musicians' most vulnerable songs that they don't actually release, I think it's really special to hear them. And you know what? They're dead. It's a sad thing to say, but I think like they're not alive anymore, and part of what it is, I mean, I don't know if you feel this about bands, but when I'm a fan of a band, it's almost like, it's a messed up thing, but it's almost like the band is an object and it belongs to you. And what we try to do with our band is we want to belong to our fans because we feel like we will exist longer in time if people can claim us as their band. And if one of my favorite artists posthumously releases a song, I feel like even though it's their life, as a fan, it belongs to me. And so I think that's the magic of music. And so yeah, I'm all for it. Maybe it's a controversial answer.
What type of impact do you hope swimmers will have on the music industry?
I think you'll see this in 2020 from us, or perhaps the whole 2020s, is we really specifically want to change the way bands, mid-level bands, exist in the United States. I think it's really easy for us to do really well. It's not easy for us, it's hard, but we're tending to do pretty well in the UK, in Europe, and internationally, Australia, stuff like that. But the United States is massive, and it's so, as you guys know, it's so polarizing. There's so many different opinions going on, and people can't agree on anything, and so it's really hard for bands to figure out a way to get big anymore. And I think what you'll see from us is we're currently working on something that I can't really tell you about, of a way to approach the United States in a different way. And really, I'd like to say that Swimmers will impact the United States music industry for a lot of bands, to just inspire them that you can do it. And you just because you're playing rock music or whatever, it doesn't mean you should give up or be happy with making it to a certain level. We want to inspire people to pretty much never stop growing as musicians, and hopefully our impact in this next decade will do that on as big of a scale as we possibly can.
Okay, well, I really appreciate you taking the time out of your day to talk to us here, and thank you so much.
Of course. Thanks for reaching out. Excited to see the article.
Bye. If you really enjoyed today's interview, that was Max Becker from SWMRS. SWMRS is SWMRS. Please take a listen to their new album, Berkeley's on Fire. And thank you for tuning in today. And stay tuned for our staff picks.
Hi, my name is Emily, and my favorite swimmer song is Drive North, because I'm from California and it always makes me laugh because I really relate to the lyrics.
Santa Monica Boulevard. I hate Venice Beach. I hate Tarzana too, 'cause I hate Los Angeles. Well, I hate Los Angeles. I hate Los Angeles. I hate Los Angeles. I hate Los Angeles. Well, everybody has a bright green lawn. That's out where the water's gone. And everybody has a hand to shake. Politics and moves to make. Well, I want a better scene up north where the water's clean. I want out where LA has without all the stuck-up nosebleed. I hate Venice Beach. I hate Highland Park. I hate Tarzana too, 'cause I hate Los Angeles. Wow! I hate Los Angeles. I hate Los Angeles. I hate Los Angeles. I hate Los Angeles. It's up north.
my name's Serena, and my favorite swimmer song is Berkeley's On Fire, because I think it's a really upbeat and interesting way to tell the story of the Berkeley riots, and I've always loved how music can express real-life events that might be crazy or tragic or weird in a way that everybody can enjoy.
To all the Berkeley police and their outslaps doing stupid jobs, and we're having indigestion in the belly of the beast because we're slobs doing stupid jobs. And you put your pom-poms down, you didn't win. Go, bail out your guilty ass, it's not your business. Put your pom-poms down, you didn't win. Go, bail your guilty ass. Berkeley's on fire. Your TV lights will be alright. Berkeley's on fire. Berkeley's on fire. I'm still alive. I don't know why. Berkeley's on fire. There's 20 different versions on it. I feel TV's queen of us annoyed. Destroyed because TV news is bad for you and bad TV is news for you. It's just a ploy, keep you under control. Too many confusing this freedom speech with swastika chords. Valerie and Appalachians. Okay, so we broke a little window, little fire out on the street, but that's our job. Protect you from these slobs. And you put your pom-poms down. You didn't win. Go, bail out your guilty ass. It's not your business. Put your pom-poms down. You didn't win. Go, bail your guilty ass out. Berkeley's on fire. Your TV lights will be alright. Berkeley's on fire. Berkeley's on fire. I'm still alive. I don't know why. Berkeley's on fire. Berkeley's on fire. Berkeley's on fire. Your TV lights will be alright. Berkeley's on fire. Berkeley's on fire. I'm still alive. I don't know why. Berkeley's on fire. You better put your pom-poms down. You didn't win. Go, 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 put your pom-poms back down.
Hi, I'm Grace. I'm the social media director, and my favorite song by Swimmers is Trash Bag Baby.
So first off, I hate you. The words cut through her lips like a Japanese knife. She didn't expect to be hearing this tonight. Meanwhile, I hear it all happening through the door, on the phone, in the next room. Yeah, I'm listening to you. She said, I can't wait, I can't wait. till there's no soreness in my arms. And I can't wait till there's no sky across my heart. I'm sick of being your trash bag, baby. Wanna see you fall down. I can't wait until you're not around. My heart breaks, it shatters. I spend all of June trying to pick up the shards. Oh yeah, oh no, I should've known better, but I'm not bitter. My hand hurts, it's blistered, so don't grab it, 'cause she'll fucking stab you. When will you stop playing with fire? Well, I don't know. She said I can't wait till there's no soreness in my arms. And I can't wait till there's no sky across my heart. I'm sick of being your trash bag, baby. Wanna see you fall down. I can't wait until you're not around. I can't wait for you anymore. I can't wait for you. I can't wait for you anymore. I can't wait for you. I'm sick of being your trash bag, baby. Wanna see you fall down. I can't wait until you're not around. She said I can't wait till there's no soreness in my arms. And I can't wait till there's no scab across my heart. I'm sick of being your trash bag, baby. Wanna see you fall down. I can't wait until you're not around.
Hi, I'm Jeanine. I'm the station manager of WCBG. As I said in the interview, my favorite song off Berkeley's On Fire was Too Much Coffee. We're going to throw it back to their first album released under their name SWMRS, Drive North. My favorite song off of it would definitely have to be Do You Have a Car? It's definitely a super fun song to jam out to. I know I sing it around my house all the time. And it's just something that, it's just a fun song that you get to listen to and vibe with. So thank you for listening.
Sunday driving always felt so lonesome. It never rains here, it's dead anyways. And I can't stand the thought of riding right here. So maybe driving keeps you safe. Are you tired of waiting on some air to breathe? Are you tired of me? Are you tired of waiting? Are you tired of me? Baby, set me free. Do you got a car? Do you got a set of keys? Tell me where you're going. Is there room for me? Have you got a heart? You got an empty seat. Take me driving bloody somewhere. Set me free. Do you got a car? My bedroom walls are feeling more like prison. For shallow sleep and bloodshot eyes. Someone save me